Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So, I am back in my room and today I'm going to be eating some food that I bought at Shinichi Nagasaki's Chinatown. Now before we get started with the Chinese food, I want to say thank you to Boksu for sponsoring today's video. Boksu is a subscription service that lets you try out a variety of unique Japanese snacks sourced from various places throughout Japan. Now Satoshi and I, we love this subscription service. We've been trying their snacks out for a little over a year and we always love the selections that they include in each box. Each month they focus on a specific theme. Sometimes it'll be Hanami theme, other times it'll be Hokkaido, Kyushu, Okinawa, Valentine's Day. This month it is a birthday box because Boksu just celebrated their 5-year anniversary. First-time customers will receive the Seasons of Japan box. This will give you a taste of what's to come throughout the year. If you've been interested in trying out a Japanese subscription box, this is your chance. They are giving you 10% off your own snack box. All you have to do is click on the link below the description box, use the code, you can save up to $47 off your own snack box, and they are shipping worldwide. If you watched my last video, you know that I ended it around Chinatown. I was walking around, I found some food and I decided to do takeout instead of eating inside a crowded restaurant. I do want to stay safe and I also want to be responsible. I don't want to get sick and that would make my mom very sad. So first place I went to was a Chinese restaurant called Kyokaen. And it seems like a pretty famous Chinese restaurant in Nagasaki, Chinatown. And they were doing takeout. I got their A set, which has nirapan, chahan, and supaiko. This description, these words, except for chahan, which is fried rice in Japanese, is very unfamiliar to me. But when I opened it up, the nirapan is like chow mein. And supaiko looks like subuta or sweet and sour pork. So the names are different here in Nagasaki as well. Sweet and sour pork in Japanese is subuta, but in Nagasaki, I guess you would say supaiko. Interesting, isn't it? So this was 850 yen, so it was quite reasonable. They also had a takeout counter and I got this thing called hatoshi. Once again, very foreign word, but it looks like it's some kind of maybe shrimp toast. It's deep fried. I'm assuming it's shrimp toast. And their kakuni-man. Kakuni-man is Nagasaki's specialty. It is simmered pork belly. It's simmered until it's like melt in your mouth tender, and it's sandwiched between a steamed bao. And so first I want to get started with the kakuni-man just because this is really famous here. So check it out. Look at that tender looking pork belly on the inside of the bao. The bao is soft. Oh my goodness, I am starving. Itadakimasu. Let's give it a try. Oishii. No, it's juicy. So melt in your mouth, tender. So melt in your mouth, tender. Look at that. Look at that. It was so easy to bite into this. And the sauce is like a sweet, savory soy sauce based sauce. This is something that you cannot find in Tokyo. Maybe they sell it somewhere, but I've never really seen it in Tokyo. Tokyo is more about nikuma, butama. But this is a Kyushu specialty, this kakuni-man. Delicious. Next is this thing called hatoshi. Really? I've never heard of that. Like, I've never heard of Hatoshi, that name. So doesn't it look like toast? It looks like a piece of dry toast until you like turn it over and you know it's like filled with something. But it does look like toast, doesn't it? Hello. Yummy. It is deep fried toast, and there's shrimp paste on the inside. Shrimp, like mashed up shrimp paste. Oh my goodness. Oh, so flavorful. I could eat like 6 of these. Why do I choose such a random number? I don't know, but 6 sounds like the perfect number. Definitely shrimpy, tastes very fresh. I love that crispy toast. Oh, shrimpy, oily goodness. So happy. So my A set came in this styrofoam package, and it kind of shifted during my walking, because I did walk around a bit before I came back to the hotel. But yeah, as I suspected, that noodle dish, as I suspected, the nira panmen is some sort of fried noodles, and supaiko it definitely looks like sweet and sour pork, and chahan is chahan, fried rice. So let's try the nira panmen. Nira panmen. 面白い名前。いやー、美味しそう。美味しい。I like that. You know, it's fried noodles. It's chow mein, but it's not dry. It's actually a little wetter than your typical fried noodles, I think. There's pieces of chashu. Actually, there's lots of pieces of chashu in here, roast pork, and lots of green onions or chives. And green onions, yeah, green onions. And the chashu is the Chinese style. You know, it's a little bit sweet. Delicious. Exactly what I was in the mood for. Okay, supaiko. This is the pork. I'm assuming it's the same as subuta. Subuta, sweet and sour pork. Yummy. Very nice flavor. I love a good sweet and sour pork dish. Huge fan of anything sweet and sour. There's onions, there's carrots, there's a cucumber, there's even a tomato. Good flavor. And let's try the fried rice. Oishii. Lots of egg in there. This one also has a lot of good flavor. Oishii. And because this is Japan after all, they do give you some pickled radish. But no, it's not Japanese tsukemono. Sorry. I assumed this was Japanese pickles, but it's not. This is like simply vinegared radish. Yeah, it's vinegared. It's on the sour side. So I think this is Chinese. Refreshing. And remember a while back when I went to Yokohama and I couldn't find Chashu Bao at Chinatown there. Well, I found one here, so I had to buy it. So this is from a place called Soshurin. And I think it was the only place that I found Chashu Bao. It's called Chashu Man in Japanese. Different from Nikuman because they also had Nikuman. But look, it looks a little bit different from the red chashu meat that I'm used to seeing. Yeah, this looks like the pork belly that Nagasaki is so famous for. But it's delicious. I love pork belly to begin with. You know, when you cook it long enough, it just pretty much is like butter. That's good. It's similar to the kakuniman that I had first, but the sauce is different. The flavoring is completely different. This one reminds me more of the flavor of butaman or nikuman that you can get in Tokyo or elsewhere. Whereas the kakuniman, it's a bit sweeter. So this shop is called Futabaya, and they make around 15 different types of Daifu every day, I believe. I got 5 of them. Just look at them, guys. Look at these beauties. So I'm reading online a little bit about this shop, and it says that they are colored using natural vegetable extracts, no food additives or preservatives used. And each Daifu, because of that, they last 1 to 4 days in the refrigerator. Okay, so let's try this one first. I don't quite remember what I got. I know that I got ume, I got persimmon, and I got one called Castella, but we'll try this one. Maybe it's apple. I don't know. Nope. Ume. This is ume, guys. That's a seed. Be careful. Don't pop this thing in your mouth. So now I know sometimes the seed is inside. That is delicious. It is not the sour ume. It's actually the sweet ume. The kind that kind of reminds it of the ume that you find in ume wine. Except this is not alcoholic. It's so juicy, and that flavor of the ume plum is just fantastic. The mochi is soft. It's not really chewy though. It's more just on the soft side. Okay. So that was ume. So what is this flavor? Maybe this is the Castella. Castella is a famous cake here in Nagasaki, and they had one Daifu that contains Castella, and I'm thinking this is the one. No! Wrong again. It's banana. Oh, wow. A fresh banana is encased in mochi. Yeah. It's not just a banana though. It's a fresh banana, but between the banana and the mochi, they have some shiroan, which is white bean paste. Yeah, that adds sweetness to it. If it was just a banana, I don't think it would be sweet enough. Okay, let's try this one. Okay. Yes, I believe this one is sakurambo cherry. Very curious because it's not cherry season at the moment. Careful. Seed. So this one, that's a maraschino cherry that they use. Yeah, it's canned maraschino cherries. Well, maraschino cherries are always either canned or jarred, I guess. Yeah, It's interesting. I wonder if they used the fresh cherry during cherry season. Okay, this one is definitely kaki, the persimmon one. What? Interesting. Did not expect this. So this is dried persimmons, but it's mixed in with something else, and then there's white bean paste surrounding that. Hoshigaki da. It is dried persimmon. My mother's favorite. This one's interesting, but for some reason it's not my favorite. I love dried persimmons, but I don't particularly love it in mochi. Finally, the last one, I naturally selected this to be last. It should be the most interesting one. This is Castella cake inside Daifu. I can't even imagine. Wrong. Actually, now that I think of it, I decided against Castella because I just thought it was kind of weird. This is kumquat. Looks like that. Actually, this one is probably my favorite. The kumquat one is delicious. I love that. That's the shiro one, the white bean paste, and that's the kumquat inside. That was interesting. Gochisou-sama. And one more thing I would like to share with you guys. Yes, I know, I am a pig. I have so much food. I went to this Castella shop, and I can't open it because it's a gift for Satoshi. He loves Castella, but they did give me some free sample. You see, which is why it's packaged like this. Nagasaki is so famous for their Castella cake. This is from a shop called Kinkaido, and the lady was telling me that they are quite a new shop. They've been around for like a little over a year, and she said their shop is gaining popularity among the locals. So I just took a piece apart, and Nagasaki Castella, they're famous for this part right here. They have zarame, which is like rock sugar on the bottom. The other side, they don't have it. And they use a lot of egg yolks. Very delicate. Oishii ne. And it's not that sweet. In fact, it tastes less sweet than all the Daifu that I just had. It's moist, not dry. You guys hear the rock sugar, the zarame? That's really nice. That's where most of the sweetness comes from. And a hint of honey. What a sophisticated cake. Delicious. See, Satoshi doesn't like cake unless it's Castella. This is the only type of cake that he would eat. He loves Castella. Boy, I've had so much food. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. But I'm so happy I got to eat the kakuniman. You know, I wanted to eat all the iconic foods of Nagasaki, so the kakuniman, that was delicious. And Of course, the Chinese food, the bento was delicious too. But and I noticed that the noodles, for example, I can't remember what it's called, nirapanmen. Nirapanmen. It just sounds like a bread. Nirapanmen. But men is noodles. The noodles, the flavor of the noodles is so different from the Chinese restaurants you have in Tokyo, for example. You know, it's very, very different. Yeah, I've never had like this wetter version of fried noodles before, and not flavored like this. It was delicious. I also really enjoyed that shrimp toast. Definitely enjoyed the daifuku. I really did. I think these are some of the most interesting daifuku I've had in my life. I am so stuffed. I'm so full, guys. I want to take a nap, but I'm not going to. It's, let's see, it's 4 p.m. now, 4 p.m. And how many steps did I take today? I took 15,496 steps. 15,496 steps. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you find the food looked delicious to you. I am so full. As you can see, I'm starting to slow down. So it's time for me to go now. Go for a walk now. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.